this time.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Couch Talk, brought to you by Stadium Junkies Media. I am your lovely host. And
Lovely
always
horses.
with me, as always, the Aints fan over here.
I mean, they're doing better than your cows, so
This is true. And
you want to get
also,
started with
guys,
that?
if you're wondering, the Cowboys and the Redskins are currently playing as we talk right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna throw a lot of shade at you.
So what I want to do first, because this game is going on right now, is just get this game prediction out of the way.
I mean,
this one in particular.
I have no faith in the Redskins, but no Zeke, no chance. Redskins.
I'm going to say I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm honest. With Zeke out, and I don't know how the offense is going to play the Redskins in this one. Maybe not by much, but at the same time, it's going to be hopefully a good game on Thursday night, prime time too. Come on.
Oh, well, it's starting off with a 3-and-out for the Cowboys, and then the Redskins got the ball off of a punt around the 30-something yard line, and already they've got a first down, but just by running it on the ground. CJP Ryan, I believe.
Yeah, P. Ryan. I like him.
Yeah. Drops back.
What?
Another running play, and this time the defense gets the stop.
Now, let's talk about some of the bigger headlines going on in the NFL at the moment.
Yes,
let's start with literally the biggest one of the week.
I mean,
the one from the Big Apple. Eli Manning gets benched.
Well, do you want me to start off, or do you want to start off? Okay, I mean, the Redskins, they're absolutely garbage right now. I mean, sorry, the Giants are. Forgive me, the Giants are garbage right now.
Well,
they've only won Eli Manning. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback.
A 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, that too. And you don't at least have him finish the season. If you were gonna bench him now, I mean, why now? My question is, I get it if you're. I mean, are you just giving up? I mean, I feel like this is just them way of saying, you know what, we're waving the white flag. We're done. We're not doing anything. Let's just move on to next season and not risk our star quarterback getting injured. But on the flip side, Ben McAdoo, he's out. There's no way I will be stunned if Ben McAdoo is the coach of the New York Giants after this huge debacle with all the expectations that were on the Giants going into this season, and to be seen as such a huge fat disappointment.
From what I'm seeing, first off, I agree with you. I think that they should have stuck with Eli at least for the rest of the season. I mean, if your third-string draftee, Davis Webb, still isn't ready to get on the field, you don't put a quarterback like Geno Smith on the field right now.
Yeah, Geno Smith is the backup.
Yeah, exactly. Geno Smith is the backup, but he's not there to actually play on the field. He's there for injury replacement. Your quarterback of the future that they have right now is Davis Webb. But my whole thing is, with all the mistakes that Ben McAdoo has been making this season, and the fact that their talent on the team can't actually help Eli around him, the defense is 31st in the league. They have receivers, but they're all unhealthy. Their offensive line is playing horrendous this year. Well, and then their front office can't seem to get anything right. Wait, say that again?
It's an understatement. They've been playing absolute garbage. I mean, it's almost unwatchable to see the Giants play.
It is unwatchable. I mean, I tried to watch the highlights from the KC New York Giants game the other week that they won, and it was still one of the hardest games I've ever watched. Because
so they have 2 wins now.
It was just turnover machines. And I was just like, what they need to do is they need to start from scratch. Get rid of the GM, Jerry Reese. Get rid of Bob McAdoo. Allow Eli to go to another team, which I think, if they do allow him to go to another team, is going to be Jacksonville. Jacksonville seems like the perfect opportunity for Eli to go straight to the top. Now, let me explain.
A team that's Tom
Coughlin.
If you want a team that's close, if you want a team that's close, that's a quarterback away from Super Bowl contention, Jacksonville's it. I'm not sold on Blake Bortles at all.
Exactly. They have receivers. They have an offensive line. The offensive line has actually been keeping Blake Bortles up this season. Their defense, Jacksonville, are you kidding me? That's one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
The most points scored by a defense, the Jacksonville Jaguars. But back to the Giants. The New York media is ruthless. I mean,
relentless at that.
You mess up once, and then the New York media and the fan base there is at your house. It's like, what are you doing?
We're done with you. They're going to grill you on every single thing.
New York is spoiled in the fact that they have high expectations. They are New York, the greatest, arguably one of the best cities in the United States of America. So they say.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in time.
So but in my opinion, the Giants aren't even a New York team. Technically, they play in New Jersey. So
still in that market, the New York market is relentless.
Exactly.
And they were already crucifying him after this decision by Ben McAdoo, which Ben McAdoo's made some very tough some very questionable decisions, but he's on borrowed time. And then now this goes on to my next topic. Now that Eli Manning, he's benched for the remainder of the season, they just waved the white flag. What happened? What happened with the Giants? Because going into this season, I was thinking they were gonna win the division easily. So what just happened? I don't know. How do you go from having one of the best defenses in the league to now one of the worst, and your offense got on paper looked better with OBJ and Brandon Marshall, but yet nothing happened. It was just woof. Oh, all an illusion. So I'm leaving this question to you, Tony, as a one that pays close attention to the NFC East and the Giants. What do you think happened?
Well, what I could see that happen was last season, that offense playing as good as it was, simply an illusion. Eli Manning has not been playing well the last 2 seasons. His offensive line was keeping him up last year, but his throws were erratic. He wasn't able to get to the spots that he needed to be on the field. He wasn't able to put the ball where it needed to be for his receivers. At the same time, the defense was carrying the team. If you remember, that defense last year was number 2 in the league.
Yes.
2 in the league in scoring defense. Mm-hmm. So literally, the defense carried the team.
On their back. But the defense hasn't changed, right? The defense hasn't changed, right?
The defense hasn't changed as so much as injuries and suspensions have. Every time they seem to be getting healthier, when another player gets injured or somebody messes up. Let's say, for example, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie got suspended for a few games by the team, not the league, by the team.
For what? For those who do not know,
it was like team conduct related. They never actually came out with exactly what happened, but what I'm understanding, I think it probably was he missed team practice or something like that. So now, all their blemishes that they tried to cover up, they tried to cover up their blemishes with makeup last year. It's all just unfurled and just like being washed off. Everything is there.
It's like you put the Band-Aid on, and then the whole NFL just
ripped it off. Exactly.
Ripped it off, so and blood was everywhere.
Like, realistically, if they didn't actually move Eli next year, they're going to have a high draft pick. There's a running back available in the draft who could be a top 5 running back in the draft.
Yeah,
not just top 5 running back. Not just top 5 running back. A top 5 pick in the draft.
A running back. You think? I think they do need a running back. That would really take the pressure off.
They haven't had a running back in the last a running game in the last few seasons. They've been dang near dead last in the league in running the football the last few years. So I feel like if you get an explosive back, say kind of like a Le'Veon Bell mixed with a Leonard Fournette, come in out of like this. There's a certain guy out of Penn State right now that everybody's looking at, and if they get him, Jesus, it's going to make that offense run so much smoother. It's going to give Eli a little bit of a break.
Oh, well, I would say a running back is not that important, but then I look at the Cowboys and I just see what happens without Zeke, and then
exactly. Our offensive game plan goes through Zeke so much that we need it. Alfred Morris, yes, can give us that like a portion of that, but it's not the same.
But yeah, for the Giants, the Giants might as well just concede the season, get a top 5 pick, start rebuilding your team, and then I'm just like, Eli, you're Hall of Fame quarterback, no question.
Mm-hmm.
No question, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but maybe sooner or later, Father Time always wins. It's time. Maybe it might be time for him to just start looking into the future.
Oh yeah,
because the Giants, I'm just like, your quarterback is not that consistent. He's had better years. Yeah. He's had Super Bowl years, so there you go on that. But with the Giants, the formula that won was run the football, win the game with defense, let Eli make some heroic plays.
Exactly.
But now they're not doing that. Doesn't help that OBJ is kind of got out for the season. But even still, OBJ, this was a contract year for him, right?
I believe so.
This is a contract year for him. You need to pay OBJ that money after what happened. I'm more worried that the Giants. I can't believe I thought the Giants were going to win the division. Now they're dead last, and now they're in they're not in full reboot mode, but it's almost time for them to abandon that ship.
Yeah, if you talk to the owner of the Giants, he has said the benching of Eli was his idea, that he's not tanking, and he's going to still try to win.
Oh, you clearly are.
Like, are you? I'm thinking, are you out of your mind? Go for the draft pick. Start benching everybody. Start clearing space and start over from scratch. Yeah, get McAdoo out. Get your GM out. Get everybody out of there. Start over.
Yeah. Also, now going into the
No. Okay, we need to talk about one more thing.
Let's wrap this up with. We have to wrap up the Giants. Giants just tank Eli Manning. I'm sorry, but it's for your own health.
Yeah, it might be better for you. It might be better for you down south, anyways.
Maybe.
Now, can we talk about the brawl that ended all brawls?
Oh, you mean Michael Crabtree and Aqib Talib?
Michael Crabtree and the chain snatcher. Yes.
Chain snatcher, Aqib Talib, chain snatcher.
So when I saw what was going on, I was just like, this is the most entertaining thing. I need to keep my eye on the screen.
You call this entertaining?
It was entertaining to me. I thought, yeah, Crabtree finished the block. I loved it. He finished his block. But, okay, where it started getting a little bad for me was when they actually started swinging. Crabtree didn't have his helmet on. Talib did. You see a problem there?
Talib, that's a bad move on Talib. Take your helmet off.
No. That's a smart move on Talib. Protect the money. No. Crabtree was about to retaliate because apparently he knew how Aqib has always been. He snatched his chain last year. This is actually
bad move.
Something that's been going on. Exactly. Something that's been going on between them two for about 2-3 years now. Crabtree had taped his chain to his shirt, and he still snatched it.
You mess with my property, then we're gonna have a problem.
Exactly.
Hey, Kirk Cousins just threw an interception.
To whom, sir?
To Jeff Heath.
Ooh, the white safety.
It was off a tip pass. It was intended for a Crowder. Tipped. I mean, it went out of his hands, right through his hands. Interception. Heath.
All right. But Jeff, what is your thoughts on the whole brawl situation?
I'm just happy that the refs did their good job and just handled it and just said no more of this BS like we had a few years ago with Josh Norman and OBJ.
And they were originally both handed 2-game suspensions, but they have both been reduced to 1 because technically that brawl happened in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Okay.
So they've already missed 1 game, so just really taking away another game after that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just the refs did a fantastic job in handling that whole situation. The Aqib Talib and Crabtree, settle this outside the football. Settle this somewhere else. Settle this somewhere else. Come on.
Exactly.
I mean, for fans, they might be like, "Yay, a fight happened, yay!" But there's no. I mean, if you're gonna have issues with their defender, either beat him or shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be escalating to fisticuffs. But then also, I will say kudos to Marshawn Lynch. I've had my issues with Marshawn Lynch I've had issues with him in the past. Like some of his antics, I just couldn't care less about. I could care less about. But the fact that he was able to just escort Aqib Talib out through the Raiders locker room before things escalated any worse than it already did, I'm just like, thank you.
You mean Crabtree?
Good, that's good. Yeah, both. Like, I think it was Aqib Talib just getting escorted by Marshawn Lynch out of the through the Raiders bench. I was like, bravo, bravo.
All right.
I was like, thank you. Just good sportsmanship. But there's no course of having fights. I mean, if you're just gonna fight them, if you're gonna prove that you're better than them, then prove it on the field. Don't be getting no fisticuffs. That's all I gotta say.
Now, Jeff, at some point in time, me and you do need to talk about the college football playoff. So let's be ready for that.
That's all right, save that for later. But yeah,
I'm not saying for now. I'm saying for later.
Yes,
of course.
But yeah, Raiders and Broncos, 2 disappointing teams. Well, I expected the Raiders to be doing way better than what I've seen, but they've kind of been bad.
Yeah, that whole division is wacky right now.
I mean, now I got to say the Chargers
well, here's the thing. KC is still on top, even though they've been playing bad football. Denver is like one of the worst teams in the NFL. Like I thought they were going to be this year. Wins, and I don't know how many wins they got right now. So,
no. The best team out of that division now, looking at it, is the Chargers.
It's the Los Angeles Chargers. I think they can make the playoffs.
I think they're going to steal it.
And I think if anybody in the AFC is saying the one team you don't want to see coming out the West is the Chargers because they have 2 scary pass rushers.
I mean, are you telling me they could go to Foxborough and beat New England?
They can go to Foxborough and give them a contest. I never said beat.
I mean, I mean, let's face it. It's gonna come down to Pittsburgh and New England.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. Pittsburgh. Here's my only thing: the test is 2 weeks.
Week 15. Week 15. The winner of that game goes to the Super Bowl.
Now, my whole thing: if Pittsburgh plays well in that game, then they have a shot. But if they get blown out and destroyed by New England, who's going to stop New England?
I'm calling it right now. That game, the winner of that game will represent the AFC. Because if it goes through Foxborough, no chance.
I mean, right now, that's really. I can agree with you.
Crowder, we have some breaking news on the Cowboy Redskins game. The Cowboys are looking to punt the ball. Crowder came back to return it, and then apparently he's coughed it up. He loses the football. This is
the Cowboys
and the
ball.
refs are piling, and Cowboys recover.
All right, now, Jeff.
Back-to-back turnovers for the Redskins.
Yeah, I knew they were bad. Let's start with the picks. Besides the Cowboys,
you got. Yeah. Let's just go with that. We've had our top two fight. We had a fight, and then we had a benching of a quarterback. Wow, really not much else happening.
Really, like the only other thing that's happened this week has dealing with the social issues and the NFL giving.
And I've had enough of
money, and I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not. We're not paid by any organization. We're just doing this for free and just for the comfort of home. So we make
exactly. Now
we don't we do what we talk about what we want. If you give us suggestions, we can. But I'm not
leave it in the comments. I guarantee there's probably somebody watching right now that I know personally.
We just need to spread the word. I need more than one viewer, but that's a different topic right there.
I'm gonna give it some time. So, I'm going to start with the noon games, of course.
Can we just talk about the big three?
No, I'm going to talk about all the games. We're talking about all the games today. So
all the games, huh?
We have time. We have all the time. We have all the games.
There's one noon game I have my eye on, one afternoon game I have my eye on, and then of course we have the Sunday night game.
I see two noon games I have my eye on. I definitely see that afternoon one you're looking at. I definitely see the night one you're looking at. But I'm going to start easy. We have oh God, I can't believe I'm starting with this one. The San Francisco 49ers.
Why do we care?
Chicago to play the Bears.
Why? I mean, it's both teams are sucking, so just the suckiest team is going to be Chicago, so Chicago wins. Actually, the suckiest team is San Francisco, but I got to give it to Chicago. They've actually been playing teams kind of close, so they gave Philly a fit, that's for sure. Now, we got the Broncos going to Miami and playing their old quarterback in Jay Cutler. Screw Jay Cutler. I'm still giving it to the Dolphins. I don't like that Broncos team. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way they've been playing. Their defense is all out of whack. No. Yeah. Their defense has been surprisingly bad, but I can't say I can't say Jay Cutler wins a game. I can't stand him. So give me the Denver. Just give me Denver. I'll give you Denver. Now we have the 6-5 Detroit Lions versus the 6-5 Baltimore Ravens. It's an ugly game, but at the same time, both of these teams are fighting for playoff contention. They're not gonna get it. There's a possibility Detroit make it. So they need a lot more. I gotta say Detroit just because of quarterback. I'm gonna say Baltimore simply because the way that's looking, their defense is just gonna be able to slow them down. Give me just a second, real quick. Oh my goodness! He's now gone. He is now totally gone. I don't know what I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do with this life? For all those that have been listening, I've been going through a few things, and I'm trying to keep everything from not tumbling down. Life is getting in the way of something. Oh wait, he's finally returning. I apologize. The family just got home and I had my door open. So yeah, sure. But okay, now what's the next game, sir?
The next game is the Kansas City Chiefs and their new cornerback Darrelle Revis visiting MetLife Stadium and the New York Jets.
It's not going to be enough, Jets.
I'm going to say the Chiefs rebound.
Finally,
I think they'll get their groove back. I just look, and the one thing they needed on the defensive side of the ball is another corner, and that would be Revis if he plays well.
That's
what I'm saying.
If
it's a big if, but Revis stayed in playing shape. So now we have the 9-2 New England Patriots heading up to Orchard Park, New York, to play the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Patriots.
I'm going to say Patriots as well, simply because
you still haven't gotten to the big game of the noon.
No, I'm getting there. Let's give some time. The 4-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting their old conference rivals, the Green Bay Packers in New York.
What we got?
New York, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Jesus.
Wait, I gotta go Green Bay, honestly.
Simply because Jameis is back this week, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
Green Bay. I mean, if Green Bay wins 2 out of their next 3, they can. Mm-hmm. It's doable. This is one of their 2 games they can win, so I'm gonna say Green Bay.
Yeah, but I don't trust Hundley, so I'm not gonna agree with that. Now we have the
wait.
We got.
Okay. What's going on in the Cowboy-Washington game is that with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, Redskins are pinned extremely deep in their own side of the ball. The running back just barely got out of the end zone for a safety. It is like half a yard is separating them from the end zone. 2nd and 10.
So the Cowboys' defense is stepping up.
Breathing. Looks like they got a little bit of breathing room. So a 2nd and 10 run call. Paul goes down around the 8-yard line for gain of 7.
Now we have the 3-8 Indianapolis Colts facing the 7-4 Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars easily. No luck, no chance.
I'm taking Tom Coughlin's Jaguars.
It's 3rd and 2, and it looks like Dallas is being forced to use a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to say the Jaguars easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Now we have the 4-7 Houston Texans versus the 7-4 Tennessee Titans.
Titans. I mean, if the Houston had Deshaun Watson, I would say Houston.
Tom Savage is not real. Go Titans.
Yes.
Now
establish this.
Now I'll talk about the game you don't want to talk about.
The big game of the noon.
At the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the 9-2 Minnesota Vikings playing the 7-4 Atlanta Falcons, who are hot at the moment, clearly because of Julio, freak of nature, Jones.
Well, I'm torn. On one hand, if Vikings lose, that could potentially be better seeding. But I don't. Then again, on the other hand, I don't want Atlanta near New Orleans. I'm gonna say Minnesota wins this because of their defense.
And I'm gonna tell you straight up, Minnesota wins this Case Keenum is playing out of his freaking mind right now. That offense is clicking. The defense is dominant. So, yeah, absolutely. Minnesota goes into Atlanta and whoops their butt.
I don't know about whooping. It's going to be close, though.
Payback from 1998.
That's a long time for some payback, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I know. Now we have the 2-9 New York Giants versus the Oakland Raiders. In Oakland, might I add.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got?
What was the matchup again?
Oakland
at home
against the New York Giants.
Geno Smith sucks, so go Oakland.
Yeah, exactly. I've never liked Geno. I mean, I liked him more than Mark Sanchez, but I never liked Geno.
But fumble?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Now we have Jesus, that's even worse. Actually, this is a clear win for the Los Angeles Chargers because they're playing the Cleveland Browns at home.
I mean, Cleveland's one win was against the Chargers.
Yeah, but this is a different Chargers team.
Yeah, Chargers. Now let's go with the big game of the 325.
Not yet.
Come on. We're going
to talk about the LA Rams going to Arizona and losing to the Arizona Cardinals.
You say losing, please.
Upset pick of the week. Lock it in, baby.
No chance.
Lock it in, baby.
Chance. Tony, you're an idiot.
Oh yeah. We got the Panthers versus the Saints.
Yes, that's a more important game. This is the winner of this now has complete control of the division.
Mm-hmm.
Marshawn Lattimore and Ken Crawley are expected to play. I mean, if they both play, it's going to be tough for Carolina. And also, Carolina, no Greg Olsen. He has no Greg Olsen. He's got Devin Funchess.
They do.
He may or may not. That might be determined. So I'm going to say New Orleans bounces back, but it's going to be tough.
Well, I'm going to want New Orleans to be successful this year.
You want or you don't?
Give Drew Brees I do. Possibly get another Super Bowl or retires.
I mean, it's going to be close. I really want to watch that game.
But I love this game. It's at home against the 10-1 Philadelphia Eagles. That's the Sunday night game.
Yes, and I still say the Eagles are going to dominate because the Legion of Boom is a shell of themselves.
Legion of Boom had to go out and sign Brandon Browner because they didn't
Wow, Mr. Holding himself?
Yeah, they had to bring Brandon Browner back to Seattle because of Richard Sherman going out. And now they don't have Cam Chancellor, so really all they're depending on is freaking Earl Thomas, which Earl Thomas, he was the glue that held them together last year. I'm not even going to lie.
Still not enough. That Eagles team is playing.
The Eagles are going to win, but at the same time, I need Russell Wilson to throw at least like 4 touchdowns. Maybe.
All right, stop.
If anybody wants to know, me and Mr. Burtis over there head-to-head in fantasy football this week, and I need Russell Wilson and Zach Ertz to get some touchdowns. So,
you'll get Zach Ertz. You'll get Zach Ertz touchdowns, but Russell Wilson, good luck on that defense. Because you know what happens on Monday night? It's going to be the Antonio Brown Big Ben show.
I can agree with that because the Cincinnati Bengals host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Which the steel offensive curtain is going to run rampant on that pathetic Cincinnati team.
It's the most explosive offense when everybody's healthy.
Yes. So Big Ben and Antonio Brown. Touchdown. More points for me.
Not just Big Ben and Antonio Brown. Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Martavius Bryant, Le'Veon Bell, Juju Smith-Schuster.
I don't care about any of those.
James, Jesus Christ.
Just give me Antonio Brown. Just throw it to Antonio Brown. Make my day. Yes.
I remember the last time me and you talked about Antonio Brown like that. Sitting there doing a podcast before the Steelers game. And as soon as I turn that thing on, Antonio Brown scores a touchdown.
Oh, first quarter's ended in the Cowboy game. Still nothing on the score.
That's fine.
And those are our pits, aren't they? You documenting these? You documenting these, Tony?
I can go back to the videos and get them.
Document them, okay? Please. I have a task for you, okay? All right, then. That will be it for Real Talk or Couch Talk.
Oh, it's Couch Talk presented by Stadium Junkies Media.
Why is the Cowboys-Raiders game Week 15 Sunday night? Why is that?
What?
The Cowboys-Raiders as of right now, it's still a thing, but that should not be the Sunday night game. That should not be the Sunday night game. No.
I'm going to guarantee you right now that will not be the Sunday night game in Week 15.
The Week 15, what should be is you know what I'm talking about, right?
Now, for Tony Lopez and Jeffrey Burtis, this is us signing out.